Hello and welcome to The One Show with Matt Baker.
And Alex Jones. Now, 40 years ago, tonight's guests met in New York. It was the start of a relationship that would produce some of the most memorable music of the 70s and 80s.
40 million record sales and 6 number ones later, Blondie are still going strong. Please welcome founder members of Blondie, Debbie Harry and Chris Stein.
And it goes on, and it goes on. Now, Debbie, the interesting thing is there, you looking at you were holding your head in your hands at parts. What's that all about? Why?
Oh, I don't know. You know, you look and see the, what was I thinking? What was I doing? I don't know.
No, I was saying earlier, actually, your fashion, though, in every picture, it's still relevant today. You made some very good choices, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, obviously, you know more than I do about that.
Yeah. Well, let's go back right to the very start when you first kind of set eyes on each other, because you said, Debbie, there was a psychic connection.
Something I can't explain. How can you explain psychic connection just in itself? It's impossible, but
There was an affinity, perhaps.
yes, there was something that made it was very easy.
Yeah.
You know, it was sort of wonderfully easy to, to relate to this complete stranger in the audience.
Yeah.
More or less a figure. You said like a silhouette almost at the time.
Yes, it was sort of he was backlit
Yeah.
for all of you.
Was it anything to do with his eyebrows? Because he has got great eyebrows.
Think?
The hiding question.
Yes, he had very good eyebrows.
Well,
He does have very, very nice eyes. Yes.
That's why I wear these.
well, Blondie was formed. Thank goodness for that. On the rest, as they say, is history. And you're on tour this summer. We'll talk about it later on.
Yes. Now,
life around.
Chris, would something of that, like that work for you? Because you were thrown out of school, weren't you?
Well, I got thrown out for having long hair. It was in the 60s.
Was that the reason?
That was the reason I was given. I was probably acting up a little. It was in the middle of my junior year in high school, and the dean of the school was kind of a severe fellow. He got a couple of us in his office, and he said, you kids are going to be crossing the street, and your hair is going to blow in front of your face, and you're going to get hit by a car. That was his excuse, But there were a lot of test cases going on for civil liberties at the time. People were suing the schools they were tossed out of for having long hair. So within a week or two, the school people called me up and said, if you come back, you won't have to take gym. That was
that enticed you back in.
that was the perk. But I was really happy to be out. I really wasn't very happy in the public school system, and my mom found a cheap private school.
Brilliant.
You kept the long hair.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much, Tony. Nice of you to join us. Now, we're going to talk about the Blondie tour shortly. But as you've had so many memorable hits, we thought, well, you know what? Everybody out there will be able to do a karaoke version of at least one.
Yeah, so one way or another, we're dedicated to this. Here we go.
It's still as sweet. Dry your eyes someday, girl.
Once on a love, and it was a gas. Soon turned out, had a heart of glass. Seemed like the real thing, only too fine.
Much mistrust, love's gone behind.
glassmakers.
Yeah, I do.
I'm definitely calling him.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, I like the glass factory, actually.
What did you think, Chris? You're nice and quiet over there.
I'm speechless.
Well, the one guy at the glass factory had a very pretty voice.
Yeah.
Very warm.
We have to thank the British public for their support, over the years.
Well, this is the news, because they can come and see you, can't they? Because you're on tour. I mean, you've got this tour starting in Nottingham, and then it goes on to London. So are you going to be playing all the old stuff and the new stuff as
The
well?
old stuff and the new stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's very exciting. It's a really nice show. It's so much fun for us to have new material, always.
I can't even tell yet. We're still working it up.
Yeah. And we were reading that it sounds a little bit more dancey, some of the new tunes. So do we think an album might come off the back of the
Next
tour?
album is very dance-oriented, if you want to call it that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Mick Jagger was saying just a few weeks back, I think, that it's a strange situation when you play all your old ones, because everybody's up there dancing and singing along, and then you introduce your new stuff, and it's quite tough sometimes to get through, because obviously people don't know the words, but they love the music all the same.
Yeah, they sort of stop and go.
I often wonder what it would be like to play Satisfaction for 50 years.
But you were saying that, you thank you to the British public for their support. And when you came over...
I mean that sincerely. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody here has always been the best to us.
Back in 1978, when you came over one of the first times, you were completely mobbed. We've got some amazing footage here. Have a look at this. How did it feel then to get to the British Isles and realise how much the fans were into Blondie?
It was completely wonderful and surprising, and I mean, I honestly had no way of knowing how to handle something like that. But of course, it was absolutely thrilling. It's what anybody who goes into the music business or showbiz wants to have happen. So
Yeah.
it was a dream come true.
Yeah, of course, the lads, in the Glass Factory did a wonderful rendition of Heart of Glass, but it started out very differently, didn't it, that tune, Chris?
Yeah, it was kind of like Rock the Boat Baby, if you remember that song.
Oh, yeah.
It was, it went through a few transformations before.
But it wasn't disco at all, was it? I mean, it sort of started, there was a bit of reggae in there.
We didn't think that was disco. We thought we sounded like Kraftwerk anyway. So.
Yeah. And we were watching your documentary, a fascinating documentary called One Way or Another earlier on. And I mean, lots have happened within the band. There's been rifts, there's been lots of drugs, there's been, problems. But you two have remained friends and remained strong throughout the whole thing. What's the secret then to your relationship, would you say?
I don't know. I'm an idiot, and he's. Wait, I didn't finish. I'm an idiot. He's a fool.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
How often do you fight?
I don't think we
much.
fight anymore.
We're very much on the same page with
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
And you are godmother.
Yeah,
to-
I'm a godmother.
What kind of a godmother does Debbie make, Chris?
Oh, she's okay. She's. I'd have to ask them. They must have an opinion.
And lots of bands have sort of covered your stuff. The most recent one being probably One Direction, doing One Way or Another. What was your reaction to that? Did they do a good job, Debbie?
I thought it was nice the way they did it, and I saw them at, and it's all for a good cause too.
Yeah.
So it was a good spirit about it. Yeah. And look, they have humor.
Yeah, they do.
It's great.
Are you going to do One Way or Another on your tour?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, we are.
Do you have what is your favourite of all of the ones that you've done? What's your favourite track?
Well,
Well, the new stuff.
So the new set, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I get you get more enthused about what.
Yeah.
I guess that the one that sort of stands up for me on many levels is Rapture.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that was.
Why is that then?
Well, we broke through. It was kind of a real breakthrough for us musically and for in the world of music.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of significant.
Yeah.
Very proud of that.
Yeah.
And also, it's the first rap song that has its own music. At that time, all the raps were was scratching.
Samples.
Yeah, samples. So
you're including that one in the tour? You don't know yet. Maybe not. Anyway.
You're including the trousers in the Yeah.
Well, ahead of Father's Day.
Touch the chicken.
How are you feeling about these, Debbie, at the moment? Are you a fan of chickens, Debbie?
These are really nice chickens.
actually, I think chickens are wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris, you show these chickens, don't you?
Yeah, I show the silkies,
What
yeah.
makes a good silkie?
It's just got to have like a good silky plumage and a rounded shape, so a nice like rounded body, and the crest's not got to be too big. And the 5 toes is important as well.
Okay, Harry, who have I got here, Harry?
You've got Alaska there.
This is Alaska. All right then, Mike. So yes, let's talk about the guinea pigs here.
Guinea pigs. Well, guinea pig is a really bizarre name because they're not from Guinea and they're not pigs. It's the thought, for example, they came from Guyana, which is South America. It's a mispronunciation. Or the other thought was that the Spanish conquistadors brought them back from South America, where they originate as wild cavies or wild rodents, effectively. Brought them back via the west coastal port of Guinea in West Africa, and it's the last port of call. So they arrived in Spain and thought, they're from West Africa, guinea pigs. So they're wrong on both counts.
Do you know what, Chris?
Spanish
I think
cavies.
we worked out which one Chris is going to go for.
It's love at first sight.
They always say pets look like their owners. I'm saying nothing.
And thanks, Chris
so
and Harriet, as well, for
cute.
bringing the animals in.
Very cute.
Next, John. Yeah.
Yes.
And staying on the movie theme, they're making a film about your life called CBGB. And Marlon Ackerman, a young actress, is playing you. There she is, a picture of her. And that's the guy playing Iggy Pop there. Have you spoken to her at all? Did they ask you? Did they consult you about who to cast?
Oh, no. But I knew who she was, and I thought she's great. She's terrific.
Yeah. She looks brilliant, doesn't she?
I've seen her in other things. That's the first time I've seen that picture. I haven't seen the movie.
Picture's been all around. We'll see.
Well, that's all we've got time for
Yeah.
tonight. Thank you both ever so much for your company. Good night.
We'll see you tomorrow with Tom Jones. Bye.